If you're new to the project, a big warm welcome. If you're a tough old root, then welcome back. Here on Steep in the Woods, we're building a small tower house out of used pallets. In our last video, we did the insulation, and in today's video, we're going to do our vapor barrier and install our windows. Stay, tarp. Once we get it flat, it'll make a big difference. So we're going to try wrapping it around the corner and attaching it, in one big sheet with only moving the ladder twice. I'm thinking, so we're still in the trial area here. I'm thinking that we may find that it'll be easier and better to shimmy down the wall, but I wanted to at least try this first. Well, this is kind of working.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this broom.
I don't think you're supposed to do anything now. Now it's just me.
Let's just stand here and hold it.
I have to, I gotta hold the tarp, but yet get the drill and the screw. Alright, trying to pull it back, so don't put any pressure on it. Pull it back.
I know my finger go on the whole thing. I know that finger go on the whole thing. So as you can probably tell, this is pretty much like putting up house wrap, right? Except for two major differences. Number one, it's a tarp. It doesn't say Do It Best or Ace or Lowe's on it, so it's completely white. That is a bonus, even though you can technically still see Polypro behind it. It does look a little bit better. Number two, it came in relatively the right size, a slightly large, but either way, a single piece, making it quicker and easier to put up. And really, this is designed to be looked at in my mind. That's why I went with the solid white tarp. Let's just say if you were fine with replacing your siding every 6 to 9 months, this is siding. It's just extremely short-lived. But either way, identical to putting up house wrap in every other regard.
I'm cutting off these corner rubber pieces because I think that would interfere with getting our siding up against the house flush. I just split it open, take a pair of pliers, comes right off. That way we have as flush fit as possible. You'll have to overlook the sound of the generator. We're literally charging up the world's biggest solar battery. Wanting to get that fully charged before we integrate that into our system. Now, the next step for this, since we've already got the tarp completely attached, is we're gonna take some tape, just Dollar Tree duct tape, just like everything else, and we're gonna reinforce the corners of our windows and our doors, at which point, in theory, we can go ahead and put on those windows and or doors. Except I haven't built the door yet. I'm trying to decide, right? So I had a thought and I either got to go back and do it or ignore it. Putting a strip of duct tape all the way around the actual window as a barrier between, because we have aluminum windows, as a barrier between the metal and the tarp. I'm not sure. So while I'm doing this one, I'm going to think about it. Got plenty of tape. Not sure. Seems like it might be a good idea, but this doesn't, so it doesn't move much in the wind, and I think that would be the main issue, it rubbing and scrubbing. So either way. Surprise, surprise, I thought about it and I did end up putting tape all the way around the sides of the windows to help protect them from the window frame. Now that the tape is finished, we can go ahead and install our windows, right? Really nothing to it. You just put the windows in place and screw them down. Now, for the most part, you would put down caulking first, but we're not gonna do that for two reasons. Number one, it would make it a pain to change this tarp later if we needed. And number two, since we have foam board here, the compression action of screwing it down will give us a pretty good seal. We better be getting some eggs. I've got Celia helping me on the inside just to make sure that these are lined up and spaced correctly all the way around the frame. I had to redo that first one, put it in, and there was a huge gap at the top and no gap at the bottom. So I know it's got to go up. I think right here. Does that look good?
Yeah, that looks good.
If it's off, you'll notice it. I noticed it. All right. What about side to side? All right, there we go. If we got the top and bottom and left and right, then you're good. There's about 5 billion screws, so. And there you go. There's literally 15 screws on each side, plus some on the top and bottom. So I think you get the gist of it. So would I recommend tarps? The answer is no, right? I would not recommend them, but I can tell you for the price point, it's cheaper than any other method. And it's white, right? Or you could choose different colors. You could do green or blue or orange or whatever. For us, we like white. Now, one of the main reasons that we chose it, other than price, was that it didn't have any text on it. It didn't have anyone's logo on it, similar to house wrap or like Tyvek. Unfortunately, you can still see Polypro through it, but now the number one thing is that it's motivation to get our siding as soon as possible, because the tarp will not last forever. Nothing does. So I'm thinking old barn roofing, or it doesn't even have to be roofing, just big rolls of sheet steel, something we can put on here and call it done. That is what I would like to do next. And window number 4 is getting pulled out of this camper. If you watch the Pallet House tour video, Rock and Roll, I mentioned that we were gonna rob one, but it is mine. So we're gonna pull this out, and in usual Steep in the Woods fashion, we're just gonna screw a piece of metal roofing over the hole. And there you have it. The thing has got a vapor barrier on it. It's white, and we have our windows installed. I don't know that I would recommend anyone else to do this, but it was incredibly cheap and relatively easy. Now, as always, remember, if you liked what you saw, hit that button. If you're new to the project, hit that other button. Helps for the project, there are links below. Until next time, Steve in the Woods.